Hello, friends. This is Karen with Full of Hope Yoga and Trauma Recovery. And I want to welcome you to this online session, Full of Hope Yoga for Grief. And I want to affirm you for showing up in whatever capacity that is for you, whether you're going to be joining us here live or doing this as when you have a chance with the recording, and whatever the capacity is that you're participating, whether it's in your yoga clothes with a yoga mat, or maybe you're nestled in bed in your PJs. Whatever capacity you did it, you showed up for yourself and for your grief. And I want to affirm that because I know that it isn't easy. I know that it is not easy to do that one more thing, right? To do one more thing, or that thing that may involve you to feel when you just don't feel like you have the capacity to do one more thing or the capacity to feel. I remember what it was like when it didn't feel safe for me to feel my grief, to feel the sadness and for me, the confusion, the anger, the despair. And so I stopped feeling no sorrow, but also no joy. And that is no way to live. And so I want you to know that I do get it. And I also get that we need to feel in order to heal. But our protective nervous system is not going to allow us to feel until it feels safe, that the allowing the feelings will not overwhelm us and maybe just dive us down into a pit of despair or overwhelm us in a activating into high anxiety and panic. So my job as your trauma recovery practitioner and Full of Hope Yoga facilitator, I see my job is to help you and your nervous system have experiences, embodied experiences of feeling safe to feel. And I do that by leading a brand of trauma recovery yoga that I called Embodied Truth Yoga. So through an embodied practice like yoga, you can have an experience of feeling something safe and feeling something true. When overwhelming suffering is not safe to feel, and the trauma would have you believe or feel that that you will always feel this way, that it will never get any better than this, and that it might just get worse. This isn't true. Trauma lies. And these are also lies from the pit of hell. So what my hope and prayer is that through this session, my earring just fell off. Through this session, we will have experiences within our body, within our nervous system, of feeling some things that are true and that is safe to feel. And let's also add what feels nurturing to the body. So what would feel, just as an example, what would feel true and safe? And I will always start with the ground, that solid, firm foundation, the earth that God set firmly in place and cannot be moved. When you bring your awareness to sensing, feeling that solid, firm ground under your body, that is something that is true. The world is not spinning out of control. You can feel that there is something solid and firm underneath you, and that's grounding. And And you can feel something that's safe, like feeling your breath, feeling the movement of your breath as we move and flow through our different postures and different stretches. You can feel strength in your body. You can feel stability in your body. You can feel balance. And these are sensations that are true and should feel safe to feel. Those things are not going to overwhelm you and send you into feeling that isn't going to send you into deep despair. And so that's a little example or a little explanation of what we're going to do. But before we get started, I like to go over what I call some ground agreements for the yoga practices that I offer. And the first one is to be kind to yourself, okay? To be kind to yourself and listen to your body. You are in choice with your body. You are in choice with your body and how you're going to move and breathe and be on your yoga mat. And we practice on the yoga mat what we want to take out into the world. So you are in choice on how you will move and breathe and be in this world. And the second agreement is this, is that everything I offer is an invitation. It's an invitation. This is your practice. You're in charge of your body. I am your guide. I have lots of ideas, but it's an invitation. The third is pain or strain means stop. So I like to say that we try not to grimace through our yoga practice. We try not to grimace in our jaw, white knuckle, right, through our yoga practice so that we don't grimace and white knuckle it through life. Remember that, or let this practice be an invitation for you to try softer on your yoga mat instead of trying harder, okay? And number 4 is to let awareness and sensation be your guide. Let the sensation in your body be your guide. Move and breathe and be based on how you feel. All right, friends, those are our agreements. So let's get started. I'm starting here on the floor. You can do this from a chair. I will lead through different options, but remember, you're in choice and you can experience this however you are wanting to experience it. I'm going to start on the floor, and I will just have us recall our intention for our practice. And our intention is to explore experiencing, feeling things, feeling what feels true, what feels safe. And I'm going to add, let's also explore what feels nurturing. Okay? So with that, coming to a seated posture on the floor or in a chair, I will have us begin with a pause. Allow your body, your mind, and your spirit just a moment, a few moments even of pause and stillness, settling into this moment and settling into stillness. And let's start right away by feeling something that is true and safe to feel, and that is this ground underneath us. So bringing your sensory awareness to feeling the connection of the mat or the chair under the sides of your legs, the sides of your feet, your back haunches. Feel the connection and the support of what is under you. Feel that ground firm and secure. The Lord God laid the heavens in place. He set the foundation in place, and it cannot be moved. Feel the truth of that under you right now. And now let's do some orienting. We orient to bring ourselves, our nervous system into the present moment. God gave us many senses to experience our world. So let's use those to connect, to anchor to this present moment environment, which anchors us to the present moment, which is also true. We are, right now, we are here. And right now, you are safe in this moment. So let's bring ourselves into the present moment using our senses. It will guide you to notice something audible in the environment you're in. See if you can choose one sound that you notice in the environment you're in. And as you notice the sound, see if you can bring a little more detail to your noticing or experiencing the sound. Can you get a perception for what the sound is? What is creating the sound? Can you get a perception for where that sound is coming from in relation to your body? Getting a sense, where is it coming from? Behind you, to the side, in front of you, above, where is that sound coming from? That's proprioception. It's another way that we experience our present moment, our proprioception. Where is our body in space? And now, how about guide your awareness to the feel of the air on your skin? You might notice if the temperature of the air, if it feels cool or warm, dry or sticky. Just notice. You might notice if you perceive the air, if it feels a little different on the front of your chest than it does on your hands, than it does on your face. You get to notice. You get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment, comparison, or analyzing. Or orienting to the environment. Now, let's bring one hand to your abdomen if you're comfortable with this, and then the other across your ribs or heart. Let's guide awareness to the sensation of the movement of our breath. Notice the movement perhaps under your abdomen. The movement you feel to this hand that's on your chest. It's feeling the movement of your breath. You might explore this as feeling the movement between the top hand and your bottom hand. Feeling the movement between the top hand and the bottom hand. And then notice what it feels like to have the connection of this hand to your heart, hand to your belly. Just bringing your awareness to the sensation of connection, perhaps of support. You might notice some warmth. Bringing your awareness to these sensations that feel true and safe. Is it safe for you right now to feel the movement of your breath? And to experience the truth of your breath, the breath in your lungs, the breath that God breathed into you, moving in your body. And then notice if it feels comforting or nurturing for you to have a hand on your heart, to have a hand on your abdomen, and to feel and sense connection, support, warmth. Just notice. Be curious. Is that nurturing or comforting for you? All right, let's begin to do some movement and stretching. Let's start with the movement of rolling your shoulders. Giving your shoulders a roll. Noticing what it feels like. So this is a very embodied experience, right? I'm leading you, I'm encouraging you to feel and sense sensation in your body. Be connected to your body. This is an embodied experience. So let's draw the shoulders up towards the earlobes and then send them back and down and low and loose. Let's do that again, but this time hold those shoulders up there. Let's see what it feels like to hold maybe some tension around your neck, to feel the tightness, the constriction into your neck, into your shoulders. Notice that, notice what we notice, and feel what we feel without distraction or ignoring. Notice what that feels like, and then allow the shoulders to come down. Notice what that feels like. So I've released that tension and that tightness and constriction in your neck and shoulders. We are having experiences of feeling and sensing different sensations and feeling that it's okay, that we can feel some tension and tightness and maybe even into discomfort. I don't want you to be in pain or create pain, but for the body to have an experience that it's, yes, I feel that, I notice it, and it's not going to overwhelm me. So we're learning to feel safe to feel. Okay, so let's have those shoulders come down. And how about some movement around the ground underneath you, just shifting your weight, maybe around in a circle. Feel the rhythm that you can create with your choice of your movement with your body. Maybe see what it's like to go the other way. Notice the contact points under your body changing as you shift and move. Feeling what's safe, feeling what's true, feeling what's nurturing. Notice if bringing your body into a gentle rhythm is nurturing, comforting, settling for you. You get to explore, you get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment, comparison, or analyzing. All right, so now let's feel into the feet and the ankles and the hips. We've been sitting here for quite a long time. So feeling feel the sensation in your feet, in your ankles, and your hips, and notice how is the sensation? How is your body talking to you? What is it trying to tell you? Like, get up, sit a different way. Feet are falling asleep. Give me some relief. So we want to respond to that. But before we can respond, we need to have awareness and feel. And then after we have awareness and we feel, then we choose. We choose, and the simple thing to just bring your feet out from sitting on them in simple seated and to press them out into and pressing them out onto the mat and here into simple seated it may seem really small, but we're giving the body empowerment. We were aware, we paid attention, we noticed, and we chose. So this brings empowerment back into the system. And traumatic stress, grief, and loss takes away what? Choice, power, stability, control. So we're going to have this embodied experience on our mat of the opposite of what trauma is. So we're going to have experiences of control, choice, stability, balance. Okay, so here we are in simple seated. Let's start to move with your hands on the tops of your legs. Move down the body, pressing those hands down the legs to or close to your feet, depending on your back, your hamstrings, how you want to do this. And you could be in a chair as you do this. So bringing lots of awareness to sensation. Let's start with, what do you feel underneath your hands as we move down the legs and up? Bringing awareness to the sensation, the experience of the hands. Do you notice some heat? Can you sense the texture of your pants or skin? Bringing awareness to the experience of the sensation to our hands. Feeling things that are true and safe, and sometimes also nurturing. All right, now let's shift awareness to, what are your legs experiencing? What's the sensation, the feeling onto the tops of your legs as you move those hands back up towards the body and down? Maybe press a little harder. So give your legs lots of sensation to feel, to experience as you press the hands up and down. Bringing awareness to the sensation, the feeling, experience of your legs. One more time. All right. Now let's move our awareness of sensation to our back and to the undersides of the legs, the hamstrings, as we move, as we stretch and lengthen the body down and bring the body up. Bringing your sensory awareness to your back. What do you feel going on in the back as you do this? What are your hamstrings? Your IT band? What is that experience? One more time, down the body and up. All right. Let's get into a spine twist by bringing the left leg over the right. Let's take a pause here, okay? Because we get to pause on our yoga mat. We get to pause in life as we move from one task to another, one posture to another. We get to pause and feel the ground. Let's bring your awareness now to how are you sensing the connection of the ground under your body? The length of this right leg, foot that's over, if you're sitting like this on the ground. So notice your contact to the floor now. It's different than when we started. Feeling something real, feel something safe to feel. Stability of that ground underneath. And then we'll bring the left hand behind the left hip. This right arm can hug the knee in, or maybe it comes across the body. And here we inhale and exhale into a spine twist. You're in choice. You decide, you experiment with how deep, how much you're going to twist. Maybe we could focus on feeling our breath here in the spine twist. You get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment, comparison, or analyzing. What is your experience of sensation and feeling in this present moment? As you feel the ground stable underneath, breath in your lungs, maybe your body heating up, maybe the air starting to feel warmer, very warm for me right now. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. We'll bring the right leg over, setting up for spine twist here. Now, let's do this. See if you can sense the stability of your hips and the length and strength of your spine as you sit here holding your body in this posture before we spine twist. We've got these hips that are not moving, they're not wobbling, right? They're stable to the ground. Got the length and the strength of your spine to sit upright. So see if you can sense and feel that. Those sensations are safe for you to feel right now. Stability in your hips, the length and strength to your spine. And then I'm going to add this. I call it grace for your face. What if you could intentionally practice bringing some ease and release into your eyes, into your cheekbones, ease and release into your jaw. Grace for your face, ease and release. Can you sense that? Feel that softness in your jaw. Maybe a little smile would help you feel some ease in your face. All right. Experiences of feeling things that are true and safe to feel in the body. All right, let's bring the right hand behind the right hip. We'll bring this left arm that hugs the knee in or comes across so we can inhale and exhale into spine twist. You explore how much you want to twist into this. Explore what it feels like to maybe twist a little more and have a longer exhale. Lots of things for you to explore, be curious about, and feel. Give me one more breath cycle here. Good, and then we will release forward. All right, the next posture, if you're following along with me, is to bring the soles of your heels, the soles of your feet and your heels together. And we're going to take another pause because we get to be kind to our nervous system. We get to be kind and experience what it's like to go slow and not rush, to not feel like everything's an emergency. So we're having an embodied experience of what it's like to just to be content, to go slow and not rush. So here we are with soles of the feet and heels together. Let's feel the way the ground supports us under our haunches, hips, whatever you might call that. And let's bring some low, loose ease into the shoulders. Maybe just giving them a little shimmy up and down. Can you feel that there's lots of space between your earlobes and your shoulders? In fact, if you bring the shoulders up to your ears, I call this wearing your shoulders as earrings, bring those shoulders up, feel that constriction, feel the tension again, like we did at the beginning, and then notice what it feels like to have those shoulders down away from your ears. Low, loose shoulders. Okay. Now we're going to manipulate the back, manipulate the shape of the spine. These are cow, cat, back postures, and we start by, you might draw against your shins. You might feel this like you're pressing your ribs through your heart. Now remember, if you feel pain or strain, don't do it. Back off, modify. But let's see if you can feel the shape of your spine as you draw your ribs through your heart. You're feeling that there is this gentle curve to your back, to your spine. You get a sense, imagine the shape of your spine. We experience everything through sensation. So imagine, how can you get a glimpse in your eye of what the shape of your spine is by what does it feel like? And then to round the back behind you, all this scary cat back, letting your chin drop towards your chest perhaps. Feel that your back is rounded behind you. Feel the shape of your spine now. Feel what it's like to try to breathe in this position with your chin to chest, with your shoulders dropped forward. Notice what it feels like to try to breathe in this kind of constricted place. And then we're going to come back to the cow back shape where we draw forward, heart through ribs, shoulders come down. And now notice what it feels like to breathe with this openness across your chest, shoulders back and not constricted, shoulders back. Feel the shape of your spine here. Lots of opportunity to feel and notice sensation in the body. Okay, now let's move into what's called tabletop. This is just if you're comfortable in this shape, if So really sense into your system, moving into a different shape, and notice if it just doesn't feel okay to you. That's really important for you to have the awareness that you don't need to understand it. You to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment, analyzing, or comparison. This is a practice of being aware, noticing, coming into the body, out of the mind and into the body. Now, if it doesn't feel safe, if it doesn't feel comfortable, if it feels just brings up something, don't do it, okay? So coming into tabletop, hands under shoulders and knees under hips. We get to do what we get to do, right? And that's take a pause. Practice on the yoga mat what we want to take with us out into the world. And let's ground. Feel the new way the ground is supporting you under your hands, the tops of your feet, under your knees and shins. Feel the truth of that solid, secure ground that is not moving. Feel the truth of so many scriptures. It talks about the foundation of the earth, and God is before all things, and in him he holds all things together. This world is not spinning out of control. He's got this. Feel that security under your hands, your knees. And here in this tabletop, I call this a one of the shapes that is a shape of effort and ease, active stillness. It's a shape of active stillness. We're not moving, but our body is activated to hold ourselves in this shape. Can you feel that activation in your arms? The strength in your arms, the strength in your back and your hips and your legs to hold this tabletop form. Feel the strength in your body. Something that is true, something that is safe to feel. Okay. Now, how about bringing your hands forward some, maybe walking your hands towards the front of the mat so that you have some space to begin to move your body forward and back. See what that feels like to bring your body forward and back, back and forward. And as you move, choose where you're going to set your intention for where you're going to feel sensation. Is it the back? Should we focus on the back as we move forward and back? What about the palms? What's happening under the palms of your hands, and how do your wrists feel as your body comes forward and back? You're having a very sensory, embodied yoga practice. And as you come forward, see if it might feel good to press one hip bone in towards the mat, peeking over your opposite shoulder. See what that's like to open up across your chest and shoulders. To feel expansion and openness across your heart space. And now, remember, of course, if this causes any pain or strain in your body, don't do it. We are practicing sensing into our body, letting sensation be our guide. You're in choice with your body. And then from here, you like to make your way to, we call it happy puppy or playful puppy, the hands stay pressed forward and then the elbows and the forehead meet the mat. You're comfortable, let your tailbone stay high, releasing your arms, your head, and your heart in towards the mat. Once again, we can guide awareness to the sensation of the ground under our body. Feeling the new connection we have, connection points between our body, yoga mat, chair, bed, whatever you're on. And now, how about feeling your breath move in your body? Notice what it's like maybe to have increased your breath rate by that effort and movement. Feeling the way your breath moves in your body. And then from here, if you'd like to just keep letting your hips go all the way back to your heels. In child's posture here, if you have any props, pillows, blankets, yoga blocks, you want to set between your feet and your seat, that can be supportive. Giving just kind of keeps the crunchiness out of hips when you have something to support you between your feet and your seat. You might have a pillow that you could just lay your torso on, or a pillow or block for your forehead. Notice what you notice and feel what you feel. No judgment, just kind curiosity. Let's stay with having an experience of being with our breath. Feeling what your breath is doing in this moment. I want to encourage you that there is no right or wrong way for you to breathe. It is a very powerful and stabilizing for the nervous system practice to practice being with your breath. That is just experiencing it, feeling what it's doing in the present moment without any need to change it. Being with your breath. Okay. Let's come out of child's posture. How about sitting back onto our heels? And again, having a pillow or a block, something to support you behind your feet and your seat can feel really good. And if this is not a good option for you, you know that by pausing, being aware, noticing sensation in your body, and responding to that. That's how you know if this is not a good option for you. What are your knees saying to you about sitting like this? What are your feet or your hips or your back? Sit in simple seated, sit on a chair. We're going to be doing some neck stretches and heart opening, and this all can be done sitting in a chair, sitting in simple seated, sitting however you like. I'm gonna stay here in heroes for a little bit. Okay. So let's bring hands in heart center. Take a moment here with our very sensory practice to feel the connection of your hands. Notice the hand-to-hand sensation of your hand-to-hand connection. Notice what you notice and feel what you feel. No judgment, just kind curiosity. And then what does it feel like to maybe press those palms, those hands in a little bit more? Whatever that means for you, to press in a little bit more. And notice what that does to your rib cage, to your heart space. Maybe there's a little more room to bring in a slower, fuller inhale and a longer, complete exhale. Maybe with the exhale, the shoulders could get a little softer. Just see. Let's try that again. Breathing in a little slower and fuller. Releasing out, exhaling longer and complete. You try that a few times on your own. Breathing in slowly and fully. Exhaling out slower and fuller. And see, could those shoulders, now I mean, I'm looking forward into a device. I can see myself. I imagine you're looking into a device and you can see yourself. So notice what that's, what it looks like to have space between your earlobes and your shoulders. When you're tense, when you're holding a lot of tension, or when you're closed in, what is pain and suffering and sadness and sorrow? How do you hold your posture? What is your posture in that experience of sorrow and suffering and pain? Is it like this? Is it like this? Notice and feel the difference of what the body does in suffering, in pain and suffering. What does the body constricts, it closes in on itself, it gets tense. So we want to give the body, which is the nervous system, a new and different experience than what we've been experiencing with this grief and this loss. So let's open up, bring those shoulders down low, lots of space between earlobes and shoulders. I'm listening to my body, and my ankles, my feet are saying, please get off of me. So I'm going to move and tuck my toes under now and sit, stretch those toes, stretch the feet. You want to do that along with me, and then I'm going to come into simple seated. You are welcome to join me here because we're going to work on the neck and the heart opening. So where were we? Let's bring those hands back in heart center. Feel that connection of your hands pressing together. And now we're going to let those hands fall out in front, and the elbows draw in a little bit. Hands sort of are out in this gesture of, this might be a gesture for you of receiving, or it could be a gesture for you of offering. It could be a gesture of letting go, maybe opening up those hands and letting something just roll off of your hands. And it's also my a heart opening sequence I like to do. And that's where we draw the thumbs behind the body and draw the hands come in on the inhale and open on the exhale. And inhale together and exhale, open, and inhale together and exhale, open. Do that 2 more times. Inhale together, exhale, open. Inhale, hands together. Exhale, open. And now hold this with me if you don't feel pain or strain. Holding this exaggerated open posture, palms open. Feel what it's like to have this open posture, open heart. Feel the strength you have in your back, in your shoulders to hold this open posture. And maybe even have those shoulders still be low and loose. We can have strong shoulders that hold this open posture, but they can also be low and loose. And now if you're still with me, if you're choosing to hang with me here, let's allow ourselves to feel into what's going on with the shoulders, the neck, your back. Sensing the sensations of maybe some tightness. Start to feel some burning, some discomfort. If you feel pain or strain, please come on out of this. But if it's safe for you, to notice, to feel the discomfort of holding this open posture. We're practicing feeling sensations and not distracting from them, not ignoring them. We've gotten probably pretty good at distracting from feelings, distracting from sensations, ignoring them, right? Pushing them away. So we're teaching the nervous system a new thing here. We're having an embodied experience of feeling and sensing, even into discomfort. It's not going to overwhelm us. We can feel this. And also, it is not going to last forever. That is a lie from trauma. It's a trauma lie, and it's a lie from the pit of hell. That you will never feel any better than this. It'll never get better. You'll always, you fill in the blank. What is that lie, that trauma, your traumatized system been telling you? We're going to give it a new experience. Hard things come to an end. This isn't going to last forever. We will not feel this or feel this way forever. 3, 2, 1, allow the hands, arms to come down. Maybe just rest your hands somewhere on your body or the chair, and now notice. Notice sensation in your arms, your shoulders. What does it feel like to have released that? Notice what it feels like to have released that. What are sensations for you of release? Have those low, loose shoulders. Give the body a feeling and experience of release and relief. So here's a gentle question that I have for you to ponder, to be curious about. And it is this: what will relief feel like for you? What will or could, maybe does? I pray you do experience relief from and you fill in the blank. What will relief from feel like for you? Something for you to ponder, okay? And see in this practice, if you can experience relief as that physical sensation of feeling something discomforting, something hard, and feeling the effort in something, and then the letting go of the release of that. Can you, and how can you give your body, your nervous system, an experience of feeling relief? Okay. So where are we? We've done the heart opening. Let's work on the neck. Now if you need to sit a different way, remember, I encourage you and you're in choice to do that. When I'm sitting on the floor for a long time, I like to have a pillow to place under my tailbone, and see, and that brings me up, brings my hips up, my pelvis up off the ground, more space here. It's easier, it's more supportive to sit upright. So I encourage you to try that, because we are going to sit here for a bit and do some neck stretches. Okay. And I always like to start with the roll of the shoulders. Roll those shoulders. Bring them up towards the earlobes and then send them back and down and low and loose. I can see that I've got space between my earlobes and your shoulders. I can see, yes, I can see you too. You too have space between your earlobes and your shoulders. And when we have space between earlobes and shoulders, we have lots of mobility for our neck. So we can stretch it and move it, turning the chin to one shoulder and the other. Move your head back and forth. Feeling, noticing the sensations of stretch in your body, your neck. And feel what that feels like, back and forth, chin to shoulder. And then we can, looking forward, drop right earlobe towards the right shoulder. And then bringing your right hand to the side of the head, allowing that hand to rest there, creating a little more stretch to the side of your neck. Notice what you notice and feel what you feel, without judgment, without comparison, without analyzing. Feel what is in the moment. Maybe extending this left arm away from the body and then down towards the mat. Now notice the sensation of what's under your left fingertips. You can rub your fingers, feel the texture of your mat, floor, carpet, and then locate your right fingers. Feel what's under them, and then locate the stretch in your neck. Just locate sensation between your right hand and your left. We're trying to get really specific about feeling sensation in the body. Plus, these stretches are good for the body. These types of neck stretches are also vagus nerve activating, and our vagus nerve activates our parasympathetic system, and that's our rest digest system that brings us into calm and ease. Good place to be, right? Okay, so we're going to release that hand, and now this is where you really get to just notice and respond to sensation in your body. How does your head and neck want to keep on moving after that deep stretch? Let sensation be your guide. Move and breathe based on how your body feels. You are in control of your body. So now when you're ready, bringing the head back, forward gaze, so we can do the other side. Let's drop right earlobe, no, left earlobe to left shoulder. I know I'm opposite of you, but left earlobe to left shoulder. Left hand comes to the side of the head. Letting that hand rest there, just create a little extra stretch. Extending the right arm away from the body and fingertips to the floor. Notice what those fingertips experience. Feeling sensation under the right fingers. Feeling sensation under the left. And now feeling sensation between your right hand and your left hand. Feeling the stretch. We'll release that hand. Respond to sensation. How does your head and neck want to move after that? All right. A couple more things here with the neck. How about letting the chin drop towards your chest? I'm gonna bring us through grounding again while this chin's dropping towards your chest. Notice the connection your body has to the ground underneath. See if you can locate your tailbone. Locating, feeling the location of your tailbone. That is interoception, our ability to sense internally what is going on internally and to sense parts of the body without touching them, to know they exist, to locate them in the body. That's interoception. Locate your tailbone. Sense how you have the spine coming up from your tailbone through your low back, through the back of your shoulder blades, and around the curve of your cervical spine, where your chin drops towards your chest. Perhaps you can imagine, sense the shape of your spine from your tailbone to your chin. What is the shape being created by your spine in this moment? And now gently, we're going to lift the head and chin up. You're going to notice if it feels safe for your body, for your neck. Bring that chin up. Lift your gaze. You might feel this also lifting your heart, lifting your chin, lifting your gaze. And then bring that chin to the right and the left, into a stretching into the front side of your neck. Something that you probably don't do just through a normal day's activities. To stretch, bring your chin up, to lift your gaze, lift your heart, stretch, open your throat. Trust the strength you have in your body to lift your chin. Feel the strength and the stability you have in your body. You need to trust that to bring your chin high. And then as you're ready, letting the chin come back. Okay, next. Let's move onto our backs. Yes, we're going to move onto our backs. All this back to the ground, feet to the floor. Okay, I might dip this down a little bit. How's everyone doing? Okay. So here we are, back to the ground, feet to the floor. And we get to do what we get to do, right? We get to practice on the mat what we want to take out with us to the world, and maybe a little slower pace, just the what's the word I'm looking for? Gonna start to lose my words here, people. To have the invitation to allow yourself just to go slow, to pause through different tasks and not just go, but we get to pause. And when we pause, we ground, feel this new connection your body has to the yoga mat, to the ground, under your feet. Maybe press one foot into the mat and then the other. Give those feet lots of sensory information to feel, yep, there is solid, firm ground under me. Feel that under your hips, length of your back. We pause, we ground. Orient to the environment. Notice something in your environment. Maybe a sound. Feel of the air on your skin. Maybe there's an aroma, hopefully a pleasant one. Orienting to the environment, connecting to this very present moment. Okay. Let's do a breath exercise. I do like to teach breath awareness first, and for you to hopefully experience the simplicity and the power of being with your breath. In fact, we'll do that again. We'll start with being with the breath, while bringing your hands to the sides of your abdomen. So your elbows still have rest, connection to the ground. The hands are, you might let your knees fall together, feet out to the sides a little bit, knees fall together, hands to your abdomen. Notice your breath. Feel the way it moves. You might notice how your hands might slightly raise. And lower. And now I'll mention that if you don't notice any movement of your hands when our hands are on the abdomen, might mean that you're just breathing into your chest. See if you can get that breath down into your diaphragm. We want to breathe into the diaphragm. Breathing into the diaphragm is a calming breath for the nervous system. When we're breathing slowly and deeply into the diaphragm and exhaling long, that sends a message from our body up to our brain saying everything's okay here. We are safe. There's no emergency. Calm body, calm mind. See if you can sense movement under your hands. Your in-breath and your out-breath. Good. Now, notice how that feels. Notice sensation in your body. Do you feel tense Or do you feel relaxed? And how do you know? How do you know whether you feel tense or relaxed? Notice sensation in your body. Sensation is the vocabulary of the nervous system. Sensation is the vocabulary of the body. Tells us, gives us cues and clues to our experience. Okay. Now I'm going to teach belly breathing, or diaphragmatic breathing, and that's when you have this intention to breathe into your belly, into your diaphragm, as if there's a balloon in there. You're going to inflate it. And you know you've inflated it when you feel your abdomen will press up into your hands. Hold it there for a moment and then deflate it. So for me, my deflating that balloon, I'm drawing my belly button down towards my spine as if it's to press that air out. So it's a very active breath. We were just kind of feeling a very just, gentle, it was moving as it moves. And now we're going to bring more intention to that. We're going to fill up the abdomen, hold it, and deflate it. Breathing in, filling up. Hold it there and deflate. Why don't you try that on your own for a while? Belly breathing is a specific breath practice that can be very regulating for your nervous system. Regulating, bringing you into the parasympathetic state of your nervous system. We've got the fight-flight state of the nervous system. We've got the freeze. Here in that middle is that parasympathetic rest digest state. And this is can regulate you. Okay. You have a hard time falling asleep, or if you might feel some panic coming on, this can be very helpful. Lots of focused attention into this belly breathing, okay? Breathing in, fill up that abdomen. Abdominal presses up into your hands. You hold that a moment and then deflate it. Draw that belly button down to your back. All right. Okay, let's go into meditation because I think we're running out of time. So for meditation, find any props, pillows, blankets around you where you can just feel lots of support. Maybe you would like something under your knees, a little under your knees. Maybe a rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket to support you under your neck, crook of your neck. Take a moment to find a way of lying on the floor, on your bed that feels supportive and comfortable for you. So you get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel. And based on how you feel, you get to make choices. It's your body. You might want to experiment with bringing pillows under your knees or behind your head, or maybe you'd prefer to lie on your side with a pillow between your legs. That might be a good choice for you that you won't know until you notice, feel, and choose, okay? And now grounding, when the whole body has support, is very stabilizing, right? Now that we're laying down, we have so much, all the length of our body is supported by the ground. We have lots of giving the body lots of a sensory experience of feeling that, to bring the intention to the body, intention, embodied awareness of, let's start at the heels, sensing the support of the ground under the back of your heels. Noticing if you have connection underneath your calves. You might notice support, but some softness of the pillow under your knees. Guiding your awareness to the sensory experience of your body on the floor or on your bed. Moving that awareness up into your hips. Feeling that across the support of the ground, across the width of your hips. And notice the contact points that your back has. Parts of the middle of your back, around the outside of your spine, feeling contact to the floor. Guiding your awareness up to the back of your shoulders. Just notice you can sense support under the back of your right shoulder, under the back of your left shoulder. Feeling the support of the ground under the back of your right arm, right elbow. Notice the connection, maybe the texture even of the ground or the yoga mat or bed under your right wrist, your right hand, your right thumb, your right pinky. And guide your awareness over now to your left arm, the back of your left arm, supported by the ground, under your left elbow, and sensing the texture of the ground under your wrist, your right wrist, your right thumb, your right pinky finger. Guiding your awareness to the back of your head. Know the sensation, what is under the back of your head. Pillow, towel, yoga mat. Just notice. Allowing your body to have this experience, this embodied sensory experience of full connection to the floor. When the body senses that there is support and it can trust what's underneath, it's a body that can release and relax. Muscles can release and let go. And a body that is calm and a body that has released muscles is a safe, telling the nervous system we are safe, we are not in danger. Calm body, calm mind, Notice what this feels like. Bringing your awareness to the sense of your heart space. Maybe that area just right above your sternum and your ribs. Notice if you feel any lightness, openness as you breathe. Recognizing that there's no pressure, that there's openness, there's like freedom above your body. Notice what that feels like. And now I'll have us practice grace for the face again. Grace for the face is an invitation to soften into your eyebrows, to invite ease and release into your eyes, ease and release into your cheekbones, and ease and release into your jaw. You might notice if there is space between the back of your teeth. And if not, could you create some space, bring space between the back of your molars. Notice if your tongue is loose from the roof of your mouth and your jaw released. Grace for your face. Notice what it feels like to have this ease. And perhaps it feels like contentment or rest. Perhaps it feels like peace. I don't know what your experience is. You're feeling into your fingers in your hands. Allowing your fingers to be loose. You might imagine that you're just holding something very loosely. Feeling what it's like to have some ease and release. Maybe somewhere that you can sense that some ease and release in your body. Some ease and release in your face. Perhaps you sense some ease, peace in your spirit. Feeling what is true. Feeling what is safe. Feeling what is comforting or nurturing for you. Perhaps you have a soft blanket or a weighted blanket that you could bring over your body. Notice if that feels comforting, nurturing for you. You might bring your hands to your heart with both, or one at the heart, one at the stomach. I like to have both of them right here. Feeling the connection of your hands to your skin. Notice if that feels supportive, comforting, nourishing to you. Grace for your faith. Ease and release into the body, this body that has support underneath it. Now I'm going to ask you, if it feels safe for you, to bring up a piece of your grief story. Just a piece of it. Bringing to mind, recalling, remembering the person that you've lost, loved, and lost. Allowing feelings and sensations into the body. Or I should say, noticing feelings and sensations that are in the body as you allow yourself just to tap in just a bit into your sorrow, into your suffering. Notice what sensation comes up. See if you can pinpoint an area, sensation that comes up, feeling that you, the sensation you feel in your body. You think of your loss, experience your sorrow. And if you're able to locate the sensation, and if you're able, could you place your hand or hands on or around that area? You sense your sorrow, sense your suffering. Maybe you could provide some support, some connection and support to that area where you feel your sorrow. And continue to feel it and notice it. Remember, we're teaching the system that it's safe to feel. You don't have to distract or ignore these feelings and sensations. Don't distract from the sadness, the confusion, the anger, the deep, deep sorrow. We feel what we feel. Notice it. We feel it. Acknowledge it. And then guide your awareness to another sensation in your body. You locate that ease in your face, looseness to your jaw, or feeling the sensation of the ground supporting your body. Feel that. And then go back to how you experience in this moment your grief in your body. Where do you feel it? How do you feel it? As you're able, bring some support, some comfort to it. Acknowledge it. And then again, move away from that, not distract, not ignore. We felt, acknowledge, and now we're choosing, we're going to say that I also can feel the carpet under my heels. I feel that icky emptiness in my belly. I feel the carpet under my heels. I feel that burning in my gut. I feel expansion in my chest. I can feel that my breath can still draw in deeply and fully. This is a practice, my friends, of feeling safe to feel your grief. Feeling that it is contained within your body. Your body is the container of all feelings, sensations, and emotions. And when we are in our body, when we are in the moment, just embodied in this moment, then we can feel that we won't get overtaken. That if we start to cry, it won't last forever. We're giving the nervous system this new experience, the opposite of what traumatic stress and trauma lies tell us. We can feel strength in our body. We can feel stability. We can feel balance. We didn't do any balance in our practice today, but we certainly can give our bodies experience of balance, stability. We can feel ease and openness. We can feel empowered and control. All right, let's begin to draw the chin from side to side. Moving the head back from side to side. Maybe the feet could go side to side. Drawing your feet up to the mat. If you have any pillows or props or anything to move out of the way, bringing your feet to the mat. Let your knees go from side to side, opening up movement into the hips and the abdomen. Now, if it feels okay for you to draw your knees in towards your body, wrap your arms around your shins, maybe just kind of give yourself a little hug and a little rocking motion. Let's see if that feels nurturing to you, to rock your body. Feel the control you have in your body to rock back and forth. There's subtle things, but it's healing for your traumatized nervous system to recognize, to have an experience of control over the body. Just feel that you can control the rhythm, the rocking back and forth. Trauma takes away power, choice, control, stability. And then let's your body fall to one side. No need to rush. We're going to make our way up to sitting, but no need to rush. We can hang here through a few breaths. Feel the ground under us in a new way. Still have that stable, firm ground. And then using your hands to press the body up. We'll make our way back to a seated position on the floor or in a chair or on the edge of your bed if you'd like. Let's do that little emotion around the hips again. I like to say, let's end where we began. And I think we did begin with a gentle motion, or we're feeling the control of our body to move in one circular way, to move the other way. Feel the way the connection of the earth changes under the body as we do this movement. So much sensory information we are giving our body, our nervous system. Such goodness. Let's come into stillness here. Locate your tailbone. You've done such great interoceptive work, feeling internally, sensing these sensations that your body has. Such good work. So proud of you. It is hard work to feel, and you did great. I'm going to end with a 5-step process that I like to teach that I hope you'll find helpful. And I will send a card, a graphic that you can have on your phone or print if you'd like, to remind you of this. So I call this 5 steps to calm control. And you can do this pretty much anywhere. And it goes like this. Step 1 is to pause. As we get to pause on our yoga mat, get to pause out in the world and our life. Life is not an emergency. And then step 2 is to ground. Bringing your awareness to the physical sensation of support of the ground under your body. Feel that ground firm and secure. Might give you the reminder, you might use the verse that I like to use for this, that we have this hope as an anchor for our souls, firm and secure. Feel the truth of that under your body. And then step 3 is to orient to the environment. Just choose one thing to focus on, to notice in your environment. Something you hear, something you see, something you feel, something you smell. And then notice your breath. Powerful, stabilizing practice of being with your breath. Feeling the way it moves your body. Feel the way God's breath of life in your body in this moment. You are alive and well in this moment. And then the last step is to bring intention to your breathing, to breathe in a little slower and fuller. And exhale long and complete. We want to exhale more than we inhale for a calming breath. You always want to exhale more than you inhale. Breathing in slower and fuller. Releasing out longer and complete. There you go, my friends. Those are the 5 steps to calm control. Pause into stillness. Ground, feel the stability under you. Orient, notice one thing in your environment. Notice your breath. Exhale more than you inhale. 5 steps to calm control. And you'll also, this is also an experience of feeling what is true and feeling what is safe. Feeling safe to feel. And with that, my friends, let's bring our hands in heart center. Taking a breath that might bring your heart up towards your thumbs. And on your exhale, let your breath and your shoulders drop low. Low, loose shoulders, my friends. Check throughout the day. I call it a space check. Do you have space between your earlobes and your shoulders? If you don't, bring them down. The body, we experience it, feeling what it's like to have ease in it. Thank you, my friends, for joining me here, for having this experience with me, for allowing me to lead you through it. Until we can move and breathe together again, I bid you God's peace. Shalom. Thanks, friends. I'll see you another time.